Hi everyone. My husband's body would convert the food that he ate to alcohol, making him legally intoxicated. Today's episode is about how do you tell your friends and family when you discover that you have auto-brewery syndrome. This was something that I think was kind of easy for my husband and I to break the news to our family because I had medical professionals, doctors, nurses in my family, and they were the ones who actually stumbled upon this as a possibility because he fit the profile. So when he got tested in the hospital and his blood alcohol went from 0 to 0.19 in almost an hour, we immediately called our friends and family from the hospital and said, "You're not going to believe it, he tested positive." So those who were on the journey with us was shocked that it was positive, but it also explained a lot of the unexplained leading up to that point. But we had friends and family that didn't know, and a lot of them never heard of it. So we learned rather quickly how to communicate that to friends and family. So for one, just state the facts. Don't over-explain. You don't have to be going into any kind of scientific explanation, but something as simple as I have fermenting yeast and bacteria somewhere in my body. It's converting the carbohydrates that I eat, even things like fruit, potatoes, pasta, bread. As soon as that goes in my body, the fermentation process starts and my body converts that to alcohol and I become legally intoxicated. Most people are going to be taken by surprise because they've never heard of it. You could just direct those people to our website and say, "Oh yeah, there's a nonprofit, there's a scientific study, there's case studies," and everyone thinks this is rare, but it's more rarely diagnosed, and I happen to have it, and we're trying to find out why. And I need to be on a very strict diet so that fermentation process doesn't start. Keep directing them to our website. This eliminates a lot of stress on the family and the person who has auto-brewery to have to continue to explain it. There is so much information on the internet. You could literally just type in drunk without drinking or auto-brewery syndrome or gut fermentation, and there'll be so many videos, articles, news stories. I mean, the internet is just flooded with information about this today. Back then, when my husband was first diagnosed in 2016, there wasn't that much information out there. One of the things that people with ABS deal with frequently, especially with their close family and friends, you wouldn't think so, but they talk about them, right? After they leave your presence, yeah, sure, right. It's probably a closet alcoholic, or she's probably hitting the bottle. Fine, let them. You're not going to convince these people that you have this condition, and don't waste any time. They were given the information, they could look it up, they could see that the condition is real, and there are going to be those people that are close to you that you thought were your friends and close family that are not going to believe it. I could tell you right now, my husband is dead now 5 years. There are still family members that are not convinced he had the condition. It doesn't matter that he was in 2 case studies. It doesn't matter that he was hospitalized 38 times. It doesn't matter that he had cultures every single year and the cultures resulted in identifying the strains that were actually fermenting. It didn't matter. They still, to this day, would tell you he was a closet alcoholic. Now, you think I'm going to waste my time trying to educate them on what we went through as a couple? I'm not. I want to be surrounded by supportive educated people who understand that a medical condition like auto-brewery is serious and it has serious consequences. And the last thing you need is negative people around you that just challenge you. It's not your job to convince your family and friends that this is real. There's just way too much medical information out there for them. They could find it out on their own. And you don't need to convince them that you have it either. I even went so far as to say to one of the family members, come with us to the hospital, watch the testing. Just watch it. They do the high carb challenge. You could watch the ethanol rise. One of the family members actually took us up on it, and they came to the hospital and they were shocked. And then they realized that what we were talking about was real. Now let me tell you what happened. That family member who sat with us in the hospital and was totally blown away went back to the rest of their family and said, I was there. I watched it with my own eyes. And there were certain family members that said, you didn't understand what you saw. Or, that didn't happen. They were still so dead set against the diagnosis. It blew my mind. And that's when I realized, you know what? These family and friends, I don't need them in my life. I cut them all out. I don't need them in my life. You don't need people who don't support you, who don't believe you. Who cares? Who cares? This disease is so devastating that the last thing you need is someone not to support you, to go against you. So my message to you is, if you have ABS, if you're taking care of someone with ABS, focus on yourselves. You could let your friends and family know. That's okay. But don't go out of your way to explain it. There's enough information that they can look it up themselves. And if they don't believe you, they don't support you, let them go. Who cares? I hope this helps. Again, my website is auto-brewery.org. Feel free to look up the information. Thank you.